And whereas Saad Hafez is the chair of the local arrangements, and whereas Saad is in charge of communicating changes to the program, and whereas changes to the program appeared at an apparent frequency of one change per session, and whereas in order to alert session... Whereas in order to alert session organizers of his intent to make an announcement, Saad would interrupt the speaker in order to let the session organizer know that he needed to make an announcement. And whereas Parwinder Gruel was in the middle of delivering a most excellent presentation, and whereas Saad Hafez had yet another announcement to make, and whereas Saad promptly tromped down the aisle and interrupted Parwinder's presentation by announcing, "I have to make an announcement. How much longer are you going to go on?" And whereas Parwinder responded by saying, 5 minutes. And whereas Saad responded, 3 minutes. I'm not lying. I don't make this stuff up. And whereas the Aspen room is where the posters are, and whereas many people forgot to take their posters down, and whereas the 10:30 session scheduled for the Aspen will now take place in North Star, and whereas all the meetings scheduled for the Aspen will now take place in the North Star, and whereas since we can now use the Aspen room because people took the posters down, the Tamarack, Ponderosa, Juniper, Laurel, Oak rooms are now, we no longer need to move these sessions scheduled for the Aspen rooms to the North Star room. So we will now use the Aspen and remaining dendronymous rooms as announced in the previous announcement. You may now enjoy the break. Am I wrong? No. And whereas if the Idaho Spud is the official non-nutritive state of Idaho snack treat, why is it no one has ever seen one anywhere else in the United States, except for the ones that Saad passes out to promote this video? Is Saad the only licensed vendor in the United States? We're also going to give an Idaho Spud now. Whereas Cab Calloway is known to have used a variant of the state's name to become famous as the Heidi-Ho Man. And whereas our graduate students enjoy their morning swims, not in the pool, mind you, but in the deep lakes that surround all the sidewalks after the irrigation things go off. And whereas Joe Noling was attacked by an alligator last year, and whereas Byron was curious to see the scars from the alligator attack, and whereas Byron asked Joe Noling if he could see the scars left by the alligator attack, and whereas Joe Noling responded by tugging at his belt, Byron resolved that he really wasn't interested in seeing Joe's scars. And whereas Saad Hafez and the local arrangements committee, Saad, like we didn't have any fodder for this stuff? Good grief. I got pages of this. Okay. Whereas Saad Hafez and the local arrangements committee provided us all with a most excellent day learning about Idaho agriculture and winemaking, and whereas Saad and the local arrangements committee provided us all with a most excellent day on the waters of the Payette River, let it be resolved that all the naysayers who thought these activities would be lame and ineffectual and inappropriate can forever wallow in their regret for not having participated. Huh? And whereas the best attended session of the entire conference was not really on the program, but apparently took place at the bar during the World Cup Championship match. That's the one that Russ presided over. And whereas our society has one